All right, so I'm going to cover what the difference between a prospector and a miner is. Many of you already know. So a prospector is what I am right now. I'm actively seeking gold. That's why you prospect. You try to find a rich deposit. And then once you do, you actively mine it. And that's where you become a miner. Now, places to dig, common places, anywhere behind big boulders. My buddy Woody Wampler from Legend of the Superstition Mountain says, common mistake people make is to dig right here. He believes that the gold doesn't necessarily settle right here. It many times settles a foot or two away. So that's something to remember. Also, when you're prospecting, I've made the mistake before to just dig the top layer, see if there's gold, see if there's black sand and quartz. There's not, move away. Just get out of there, there's no gold. Sometimes there's no gold in the recent gravels, and there's gold in layers under the recent flood layers. And it's just taking time to settle. You know, one of the biggest reasons I don't think there's gold in this particular spot is because I'm not seeing any quartz. Now, I found black sand. There's black sand here, there's iron magnetite, great. Well, there's pretty much that everywhere. But when you're looking at a pan of material, now that's actually a quartz vein running through this piece of granite. So I'm standing corrected a little bit. Now, but you would think if there was a big ledge or load of quartz up within a mile of here, there would be quartz distributed in these gravels all throughout this creek for about a mile. That's, you know, I mean, that's a good sign that there's a vein of quartz running through this piece of granite. But I'm not seeing any like little pieces or raw chunks or even smooth tumbled, river tumbled pieces of quartz. Now, to me, you really have to have the iron magnetite, the black sand, and you have to have the quartz as well. If you just find one or the other, you know, could you find gold or precious metals? Sure, but for me, it's the double whammy. The quartz, and I like to find raw chunks of quartz that haven't been tumbled that much, and what that tells me is they didn't travel very far. There could be a lode close to where I'm at. And the black sand, the higher concentrations, usually the more flakes per pan you'll find. A lot of times with high concentrations of black sand, you'll find tiny, tiny little pieces. You'll find, you know, dozens or even 50 or 100 pieces of tiny micron flour gold you can barely see. Takes a lot of those to add up. That's why I'd rather find a spot where maybe there's less black sand, less of a concentration of gold, but the gold's bigger when you find it. And I've found areas like that where it takes 50 pans to get a piece of gold, but when you find it, it's worth 50 bucks. It's a big chunk to bring home. You only find one of those a day, you're still happy. So, what are our lessons? I suppose black sand, very important. Quartz, extremely important as well. And third, dig deep, because especially when you're sampling, because there could be a layer of gold underneath the flood layer. And if you don't take the time to dig down an extra foot, you'll never know. So until then, I'm going to pan this out and probably call it a day because I dug down. So, all right, you guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Eric, over and out.